Practice, practice, practice is what building skills is all about. There are 14 skills that I highly recommend for your couples work. One of the toughest is learning how to validate one partner while not invalidating the other. It's so helpful when you're learning sometimes to do it the wrong way and then to repeat it and do it a better way. It's also helpful to watch your work and then to be able to stop it, pause it, and practice saying something different in that very moment. Here are some ways that you can try this with my new video series. Check this out. One of the really important skills in early EFT is learning how to validate one partner without invalidating the other partner, which is a very quick game of going back and forth. So one of the ways to do that is the way I did it, but it does lead to partners feeling like they're sitting in front of a school teacher who's shutting them down and being way too structured. We want to get good at leaning into one and then quickly seeing the other, but maintaining our focus. So the difficulty here is, as Mariah is speaking, if I get sidetracked by what Berenice is going to say, and what she's going to say is important, then I'm just going to be playing tennis and going back and forth and never getting where I need to. And so it is important for me to try to keep my focus on Mariah for a while so we can get to something good and soft and different. But how do I do that without shutting Berenice down? So there's two ways to do this. One way is to very quickly validate Berenice, but maintain my focus with Mariah by bringing it back to the topic. I'm going to show you that move in a second. And the other way is when I'm speaking with Mariah, to hold Berenice in my mind and to keep my reflections within an attachment lens. So to attachify whatever Mariah is saying, to make it about the relationship. So Mariah, you're trying to get Berenice's attention when you go after her in this way. When you're handing her the baby, it's because you need her help. That is an example of a reflection that goes back into the attachment lens. And when I do that, Berenice is more likely to know that I'm thinking about her and I'm holding the relationship in mind. And I'm not just going to believe everything Mariah is saying and take her side. And that will give me time to slow things down and build the safety in the room. So I'm going to show you those two moves now.
So the piece that you don't get from her is like, I hand the baby because there's two places that we can go. When Berenice gets home, if I don't literally hand the baby over to her right then and there, she goes to the back of the house, takes another 30-minute break all to herself. Meanwhile, I still have to figure out how to cook dinner. I've got to
Oh my God,
you think that I'm just
really trying to get her
taking a
attention.
break.
Oh, and Berenice, she thinks you're taking a break, which sounds like it's not what you're doing at all. But I want to get that to this piece, Mariah. Mariah, it sounds like you feel like if you don't get her attention right then at the door when she walks in, you're going to lose her, which isn't your experience, Berenice, but that's what happens for you in that moment, Mariah. Is that right?
Yeah, pretty much.